For thousands of years, humanity has built wonders that defy explanation. Machines, materials, and inventions so advanced, they seem impossible even today. What secrets did our ancestors know? And why did they vanish? Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like. More ancient secrets await. The Antikythera Mechanism. More than 2,000 years ago, a Roman ship sank off the coast of the small Greek island of Antikythera. For centuries, the wreck slept untouched in the darkness of the Aegean Sea, until sponge divers stumbled upon it in 1901. Among the statues, pottery and jewelry, they found something that didn't belong to the ancient world at all. A lump of corroded bronze and wood that looked more like a piece of machinery than an artifact. No one could have imagined that this strange object would become one of the greatest archaeological mysteries of all time. When scientists began to examine the fragments, they realized they were looking at something extraordinary. Beneath layers of rust were dozens of precisely cut gears, each with teeth so fine that they rivaled the craftsmanship of clockmakers from the Renaissance. But this device wasn't from the 1500s, it was from around 100 BC. The level of engineering was so advanced that it shattered everything historians thought they knew about ancient technology. As researchers reconstructed the mechanism using X-ray scans and 3D modeling, its purpose slowly came into focus. The device was an astronomical calculator, capable of predicting solar and lunar eclipses, tracking the movements of the sun and moon, and modeling complex celestial cycles with astonishing accuracy. It even included a system for calculating the dates of ancient athletic games like the Olympics. In essence, it was a mechanical model of the universe, a kind of analog computer built long before the concept of a computer even existed. Even today, with all our modern tools, scientists still can't fully agree on how the mechanism was built or what its creators truly understood about the cosmos. It stands as a reminder that history is not a straight line of progress. Sometimes ancient civilizations achieve things so sophisticated that they seem almost impossible. And the Antikythera mechanism is perhaps the clearest proof that the past still holds secrets we haven't uncovered. Roman concrete. 2,000 years ago, Roman engineers built harbors, temples, aqueducts, and entire cities that still stand today. Some of these structures have survived earthquakes, storms, and the slow erosion of time far better than many modern buildings. And the secret behind their endurance lies in a material that shouldn't exist, a type of concrete that doesn't just resist decay, it actually becomes stronger as it ages. For centuries, historians believed Roman concrete was simply an early, primitive version of what we use today. But when scientists began studying ancient ruins more closely, they discovered something astonishing. The concrete used in Roman harbors, structures that have been battered by waves for 2 millennia, had not weakened at all. In fact, it had grown harder, denser, and more resilient. Modern concrete, by comparison, begins to crack and crumble after just a few decades. The secret ingredient was volcanic ash, especially from the region around Mount Vesuvius. When mixed with seawater, this ash triggered a rare chemical reaction that produced crystals of a mineral called aluminum tobermorite. These crystals slowly grew inside the concrete over centuries, reinforcing it from within like a natural self-healing system. The Romans didn't just build with stone, they built with chemistry that modern engineers are still trying to fully understand. But the real mystery is how the Romans discovered this formula in the first place. There are no surviving manuals, no detailed engineering notes, no step-by-step instructions. The knowledge seems to have been passed down through generations of builders and then vanished after the fall of the empire. Medieval and Renaissance architects never recreated anything similar. By the time modern concrete was invented in the 19th century, the Roman recipe had already been forgotten. Some researchers believe Roman concrete could even inspire future coastal defenses or underwater foundations. But despite all our technology, we still haven't fully matched the durability of what Roman engineers achieved with simple tools and volcanic ash. Damascus Steel. In the heart of the ancient world, blacksmiths forged blades so extraordinary that they seemed almost alive. These were the legendary swords of Damascus, weapons that could slice through other steel, bend without breaking, and remain razor-sharp after years of battle. Their shimmering surface, marked by flowing patterns like water or smoke, became a symbol of perfection and mystery. For centuries, warriors and scholars alike tried to uncover the secret behind these blades. The steel was said to be made from a rare alloy known as woots, imported from India. When heated and cooled in precise cycles, it formed microscopic carbon structures, patterns of strength and flexibility that modern metallurgists still struggle to replicate. The result was a blade that combined hardness and elasticity in perfect balance. But the true magic of Damascus steel wasn't just in its composition, it was in the craftsmanship. The ancient smiths worked by intuition, not formulas. They folded and hammered the metal hundreds of times, watching the surface shimmer and change. Each blade carried a unique fingerprint of its maker, a pattern that could never be repeated. Then suddenly the knowledge vanished. By the 18th century, the art of making true Damascus steel was lost. Wars disrupted trade routes, the supply of Woots ingots disappeared, and the secret techniques faded into legend. Modern attempts to recreate the process have come close, but none have fully matched the original. The mysterious nanostructures, the perfect balance of strength and beauty. Damascus steel isn't just a weapon, it's a message from the past, proof that human ingenuity can reach beyond its age, leaving behind something that defies explanation. Roman marine structures. Several thousand years ago, Roman engineers built harbors that could stand against the fury of the Mediterranean. Massive breakwaters, piers and seawalls, all made from a concrete that not only survived salt water, but thrived in it. These structures were the backbone of Rome's maritime empire, connecting continents and shaping trade routes that lasted for centuries. Modern scientists were stunned when they discovered that many of these underwater constructions were still intact. The secret lay in the chemistry of Roman concrete, a mix of volcanic ash, lime, and seawater that triggered a slow, self-healing reaction. Over time, minerals like aluminum tobermorite and philipsite formed inside the concrete, reinforcing it from within. The sea didn't destroy Roman concrete, it completed it. Imagine the Portus Harbour near Rome or the ancient piers of Caesarea in Israel. Colossal stone structures submerged for millennia, yet still solid enough to walk upon. The Romans didn't just build walls, they built living materials that evolved with their environment. Their engineers understood the sea not as an enemy, but as a collaborator. What's remarkable is that these techniques vanished after the empire fell. Medieval builders lost the recipe, and modern concrete, despite all our technology, still crumbles under salt water in decades. Some believe this lost knowledge could revolutionize coastal construction and help us protect cities from rising seas. Roman marine concrete isn't just a relic of the past, it's a blueprint for the future. Proof that sometimes the answers to tomorrow's challenges lie buried beneath the waves. Acoustic temples. Across the ancient world, there were temples built not just of stone, but of sound. Structures where a single whisper could travel across vast halls, where footsteps echoed like distant thunder, and where the human voice transformed into something almost divine. These were the acoustic temples, masterpieces of architecture that shaped sound with the same precision as sculptors shaped marble. Imagine entering a sanctuary where the slightest murmur beneath the dome blooms into a perfect, resonant tone. Where priests could speak softly at one end of the chamber and their words would glide along curved walls to listeners standing far away. These effects weren't accidents. Ancient builders carved niches, aligned columns, and shaped ceilings to guide sound like flowing water. In some temples, the acoustics were so precise that a single clap could trigger a cascade of echoes, rolling like waves. In others, the architecture amplified low frequencies, making chants vibrate through the body. Visitors describe these places as alive, as if the stones themselves were singing. One of the most mysterious features found in several ancient sanctuaries were the so-called whispering galleries. Perfectly curved spaces where a voice pressed against the wall could travel along its surface, reaching the opposite side with uncanny clarity. To the uninitiated, it felt like magic. To those who built them, it was mastery, an understanding of space, shape, and resonance far ahead of its time. But as centuries passed, many of these techniques faded. Empires fell, rituals changed, and the knowledge of how to sculpt sound into architecture slowly disappeared. What remains today are silent stones, but stones that still remember. Step inside, and the acoustics awaken again, revealing the genius of those who built them. Acoustic temples weren't just places of worship, they were instruments, vast, resonant instruments carved from stone designed to elevate the human voice into something otherworldly. The Nimrud Lens. In the ruins of ancient Nimrud, among shattered palaces and forgotten treasures, explorers found something that didn't belong. A small, polished crystal shaped like a lens, perfectly curved, smooth, clear, a piece of craftsmanship so precise that it seemed to whisper of knowledge far beyond its age. Imagine holding it in your hand, a palm-sized oval of rock crystal, carved with such accuracy that it bends light. When you tilt it, the world shifts, lines sharpen, details grow, distant shapes draw near. It feels less like an artifact and more like a tool. What was it doing in an Assyrian palace 3,000 years ago? Some believe it was used as a magnifier, helping artisans carve miniature details into ivory and gold. Others imagine it as part of a ceremonial object, a crystal that captured sunlight during sacred rituals. And there are those who think it might have been something even stranger, a primitive lens that allowed ancient eyes to see the world in a way we never expected. The palace where it was found once belonged to kings who ruled with symbols, omens, and visions. Their walls were covered in winged spirits, carved with impossible precision. Their treasures shimmered with patterns so fine they seem almost microscopic. In such a world, a crystal lens doesn't feel out of place, it feels inevitable. But the truth is lost. The lens sits silent, its purpose forgotten. No inscriptions, no instructions, just a perfect curve of crystal surviving through fire, conquest, and time itself. Today, when you look through it, the effect is unmistakable. The world grows sharper, closer, more alive, as if someone long ago understood how to shape light and left behind a single fragile clue. The Nimrud Lens isn't just an artifact, it's a question carved in crystal.